All right, guys, let's talk Amanda Nunes versus Julianna Pena. First off, I'm a little bit involved here, and I know I'm trying to insert myself. That's called a clout chaser, but I am a little bit involved. Julianna Pena was having a hard time. I'm going back about 4 months, but she was having a hard time getting the attention of Amanda. Julianna called me. She said, I see your YouTube videos. I know a lot of people watch them. Could you help me get this out? I said, well, where specifically are we at? And she said, I'm the rightful contender. I want the fight. She will not fight me. I said, are you telling me that Amanda Nunes has ducked you? Because if she's ducked you, that would be something that people think are interesting. She goes, well, it's very quiet. She goes, no, I'm not trying to add that to the story. I'm just adding that I'm willing to fight her, and she will not respond at all. She's not saying no, but she's not saying yes, and I'm the only one here. To me, that's ducking. Now, I'm changing the story just a little bit, but it was 4 months ago, and that's how it's coming off the top of my head. I know that I'm very close, and I did come talk to you guys. Told you just that. And Amanda all of a sudden had changed her mind. You guys got a little bit vocal about it, decided that you want to see the fight, so here we are. Now, hold that thought. That's the only piece that I am part of this, but when Julianna was pleading her case, she told me, Chael, I am a bad matchup for Amanda. Now, you have to look at this from my perspective. From my perspective, Amanda is the greatest woman to have ever done it. There is not a close second. In fact, second would be Chris Cyborg, who made it 60 seconds. Third would be Ronda Rousey, who did not make it 1 round. I would then have to put Holly Holm in there, who did quite well but got beat. I mean, right, like I feel like not only do I know that Amanda is the best, I also know who the next best ones are. Oh, and by the way, they all had their shot. They all ended the same, which was not beating Amanda. Julianna said, no, you got to understand it from, and now this wasn't hype. This was just she and I talking. I said to her, what part of this can I make public? She said, all of it. But I'm not looking to cut a promo here. I'm just talking to you because I've known you a while. And she started to plead her case to me, which was that of a dominant wrestler, which is true. She is a very dominant wrestler. And she then began to rework Amanda's career and show me that Amanda has not fought dominant wrestlers. Okay, that's also true. That is not Amanda's fault by any means. She fought whoever came out of the hat, but it is accurate by Julianna to identify that they were not wrestling heavy opponents. Great. She then, this is Julianna speaking, used a match that I was not familiar with that Amanda had, where it was Amanda's the closest match, where Amanda was taken down. She was held there. She was not able to get off the bottom. It was way back in Amanda's career. I couldn't even produce the opponent for you, but it was true. I went and looked it up on SureDog. So Julianna started forming a case, even within her own mind, as to why she's the one that, one, deserves the shot, but two, can beat Cyborg. Now, only reason I'm bringing this to you guys, there's something to be said for confidence. It is one of the greatly overplayed terms in all of life, let alone sport. You must be confident. You must have confidence. How do you do that? How do you must anything? How do you feel excited when you're not excited? How do you feel happy if you're not happy, right? Everybody would get up and just choose to have a great day. It doesn't work that way. But I will tell you, in a private conversation, I was convinced that Julianna, within her own mind, knows fully what she's getting into, is aware of the power in the hands of Amanda, knows she needs to close the distance, and believes that she has the ability to get Amanda down and moreover hold her there. So as far as strategy and what does Julianna intend or plan to do, boom, I just told it to you. And if we're all studying this and we want to be fight experts, she's right. That is what you need to do. At least in theory. Don't box with this girl, Amanda. Get your hands on her, clinch when you can, drag her down when you can, and when you get her there, at all costs, keep her there. Make the takedown count. So many times guys focus on getting a takedown, but they don't make it count. Islam had a fight over the weekend. He gets taken down, right? Made to look human for less than a second, but he reverses it. The opponent didn't understand the concept that the work can't all go into getting the takedown. The real work begins once you get him there. You must keep him there. Wrestling is a very difficult thing to do. From an energy standpoint, it takes a lot of energy to get those takedowns. There has to be a payback, which is you get to exhale. You get a couple good deep breaths. You got to hold the opponent there. You must keep them there to get those deep breaths to rejuvenate your battery. If you come out on a wrestler and you sprawl and you stop him from taking you down, he will try again. If a wrestler takes you down and you scramble and you get up and he never got to hold you there, he will stop trying. It will end it. Rickson Gracie, very well known. One of the most well-known and famous jiu-jitsu practitioner of all time. But he said, when you had the strikes, if you have a black belt and you're punched in the face, you will become a brown belt. If you get punched in the face again, you will become a purple belt. If you get punched in the face again, you will be a white belt and your jiu-jitsu doesn't even count. The same can be said for wrestlers if you scramble and don't allow them to hold you there. You could take on an Olympic champion. If you scramble and he doesn't get to hold you there, you're now taking on a national champion. You do it again, you're now taking on a state champion. You do it again, you're now taking on a JV guy. He will stop his offense. Every sport has this. Every sport has something that will stop the other guy from doing it. Take boxing, for example. The clinch stops boxing. It's predominantly why boxing made clinching illegal. Nothing to see. But that also tells you if you're ever fighting a boxer, go out and clinch him. Go out and get your hands on him. It will shut his offense down. I only bring that to you because Julianna for sure knows what she's getting into. She knows what a long and drawn-out night this is going to be, and she's prepared for it. This is a fight that not only does she want, she has asked for. That's different. Somebody's mindset and somebody's approach is very relevant. Does that always fall back into the category that people like to broad stroke and call confidence? No, absolutely not. It does affect your approach. You can see it in an athlete's eyes at times. Do they want to be here? If you look at it like I have to go fight somebody, you're in the wrong spot. If you look at it like I get to go fight somebody, you're in a much better spot. But ultimately, if you can find yourself in the category of I want, you have now won, at least the approach. And I will tell you that Julianna does find it that way. And when I give an analysis for this fight, which is up and coming, I'm not going to give it from my perspective. I'm going to quote her. I'm going to coin her. Why should I share my opinion on what's going to happen when she's already told me what she wants to happen? She wants to get a hold of Amanda. She wants to drag her down. She wants to keep her there. She knows it's going to be a long, drawn-out evening, and she's also identified what she does not want to do, which is trade fists. She wasn't as worried, by the way, about the kicks. She saw the kicks as an opportunity. Amanda kicks, I can grab that leg, I can take her down. It was the hands. Now, I'm probably stating for you the obvious, but when you wonder what somebody's game plan is, it's very rare that you can get it. But on the few times that you do get it, if you're looking at it, you go, I disagree with that. This is all wrong. This is terrible advice. All right, you got to tear that ticket up. You're not going to the pay window, right? That bet that you made is not coming in. Julianna's got her head in the right place. Julianna made comparisons to other athletes, one specifically, who took Amanda down and held her there. And Julianna realizes, I'm better at wrestling and I'm better at holding people there than that opponent was. So she's seen some opportunity. Does that change the outcome? Does that even change your opinion of the outcome? I'm just here to share the story. And I told the story first 4 months ago. And as the fight is upon us, I want to give you a reminder.